All right, let me test this. Testing. Test. All right, yeah, that's good. All right, so I just finished filming a video for my other channel on The Way of Water, Avatar: The Way of Water. Forgot the name of the movie for a second. And I don't know if I'm going to talk about it in this one too much, but overall, I got to say, just at the top of this, the movie was mid. It was mid. You know, the CGI, I got really mad about the CGI because the CGI in it is basically just a video game. But people are praising it as if it's like, because to me, okay, wait, hold on. What day is it? Let me see. It is the 28th of the month, December. Late podcast this time, which is fine. I guess not for you people listening, but it's fine for me. Fine for me, but no, I want to be on time. It's just it's the holidays, and I'm not in class right now. I'm done with my semester, and had a little more time. And I wanted to take some more time for myself instead of doing a podcast. So, which is fine, I think, at least. So yeah, it's that. A couple of days after Christmas, got some good gifts. What were the gifts? The big gift was, really, there is no gifts this semester. So for this, there are gifts, a lot of gifts, but the big gift was that, I'm outside shooting this too. I'm outside with this too. Yeah. And there's a bug on my screen just now. But there's a lot of gifts, a lot of shirts. What did I give? I gave my stepdad cologne and, oh my God, what did I get him? I got him, what did I get him? Cologne and something else, right? And then, my phone is ringing. Whoops. Forgot about my phone. Sorry. So that, and then what else? I think after that, I gave my mom, oh my God. Oh, slippers. Slippers and something else. I gave everyone I gave everyone a little something, So I gave them that. Some gifts for me. But I was going to say the big gift really is that my mom is taking us on a trip this summer to Europe. And that's really the big trip. When you have one of those trips coming up, the other gifts aren't going to be, you're not going to get like some extravagant gift like that, or something so crazy and so major that it's like, oh yeah, this and that. So that was good. Got here on a flight, going back on a train, which is interesting. I guess it might be fun. The California coastliner. It's going to take a little while, but I'm not mad at it. I like it. I like taking a little while. I might even do a podcast from there. That's a good idea on the way back. I gotta say, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. I was planning on really eating a bunch of edibles on that train and passing out. Not passing out, but pretty much just staring at the coast as I drive by on the train. But I might not do that now that I have a good idea. The train's going to take 8 hours. So it is what it is. But here's the thing. It was $56. So anyone taking the train and thinking, oh, it's crazy, take too long. I don't know. I still think that'll be good. Even though some people might say it takes too long, it's okay. But it's $56. Okay, think about it this way. A flight here costs almost $200, right? 8-hour train ride back, $56. If you have no money, that's the way to go. It's the way to go, So, I don't know. I don't knock anyone taking the train. I'm a fan. I can see my parents back with the food. What did they get? Oh, the Habit. The Habit's okay. I like Five Guys more than the Habit, but the Habit's okay too. What was I talking about though? Oh yeah, I was talking about The Way of Water and the CGI. So back to that. The CGI is just a video game, But everyone, to me, my definition of leaving a movie and saying the CGI is good is that it's subtle. You leave and you go, whoa, that was really good. That and that. What was CGI? Was this that? What was CGI exactly? That's, to me, it blends in the movie perfectly. It lends to the movie. It doesn't distract the movie, and it's not the whole movie. This movie is 99% CGI. It's basically a video game cutscene, and not only that, it's in a higher frame rate. So even in your mind, you're thinking, when do I get to play this game? This amazing, cutscene game. This amazing cutscene. When do I get to interact with this cutscene? But you never do, and that's the bad part of the movie, is that this is a ride. The Way of Water is a ride, and it's a fun ride. I'm sure it'll be a fun ride when they make it into something in Disney World, even though I've never been to Disney World. I've been to Disneyland, but not the big one in thing. And yeah. Oh, hold on. I have someone's contacting me from inside. What? Oh, they're saying my parents are right. Oh, okay. My parents got home with the food. Didn't know I was outside filming a podcast, and my mom was staring at me. Oh, the light. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. They're pointing at the light. Thank you. So yeah, now they're pointing at the light. Yeah, it's all good. I don't know if they can hear me though. So I know this window is thick, but I still don't really know if they can hear me or not. So this podcast might not be too crazy, even though most of mine aren't too crazy. They're just ranty. I also didn't take my heart medicine today, so I need to remember to take that tonight, which I'm pretty sure makes me more antsy when I don't take it, but it is what it is. I've had this thing in my head that they're actually either placebo or they're actually like calm down pills, because I swear sometimes you'll take it and they say it's for my heart rate to be normal and not slow down to a normal rate. But I swear sometimes when I don't take it, it's like I'm like super antsy, super talkative. So, but I'm always talkative. But even when I don't take it, I'm like really at that level. Who knows? But it also could be that I'm on the spectrum. That could be it. That could be it too. But not that I hope it's not that one. It is. I don't know. I'm too old to take a test, so it is what it is. It's also about to rain, definitely. Oh, they were telling me, okay, my parents are signaling to me that they turned on the outside light for me. That's what it was. I thought they were trying to tell me something else. They're also telling me that the food's ready, but I can eat afterwards. What else? What was I going to say about? So the Avatar movie is just CGI, pure CGI. It's a video game. We're watching a video game. And I get so mad at people who leave movies that are fully CGI going, oh, that was really good CGI. It's like, are you really complimenting the CGI? Or are you just saying, I'm glad that I sat down and watched a video game? Because at what point are we talking about a movie? At what point will Avatar just be called an animated movie? Yes, I know there's motion capture. But guess what? We call video games animated cutscenes. We don't call them movies. So, for some reason, people say, "Oh, but it's motion capture," and they've been motion capture for years. What was the first game that did motion capture? Oh man, I'm trying to think. I used to know it. There's a particular game, not a very popular. Wait, maybe it was. I'm not sure. There was a game that did motion capture first years ago. The point is, motion capture has been around, yet the motion capture for video games and animated movies are not called live action movies. They're not called, oh, great CGI. They're called animated movies. So I don't understand people walking away from this movie saying, oh, the great CGI. What you're really just saying is, I love that video game cutscene I just watched, because that's all this movie is. It's a ride. It's a video game cutscene. It's a ride. It's James Cameron putting on the best show he can. I didn't see it in 3D. I saw it in Dolby. I don't fuck with 3D. I don't do 3D. I didn't see the first one in 3D. I was so young during the first one too, but wait, did I? I might have. Actually, I just said that to be contrary. I might have, who knows? I know that this movie, though, Avatar, got to $1 billion in 12 days, which is a record. It's in the top. It got in the top 10, and I really think it's like 5. Actually, I think it's with 12 days being closer to, I think, one of the other Marvel movies. What else is up in the top? On the top, the other Avatars in the top 10 for fastest getting to 1 billion. Yeah, and also I saw some people confused on why other people are saying, "Wow, it got to 1 billion." $1 billion right now, at least, is the mark of a very successful movie. It used to be less money, but as audiences grew, as movies got bigger budgets and had to make more money on the back end, make more money, 1 billion is now the set. Of course, not every movie needs to get to 1 billion. If every movie did, they'd be happy. But movies that basically spend $250 million or more need to get to 1 billion to cover all costs. Not to say that they won't be profitable. It's just that 1 billion right now for movies like, big IPs like the Marvel movies, DC movies, Batman, $1 billion is the mark. So it getting 1 billion in 12 days is good. And a record. So cool, nice. Does it deserve to be a billion? Does it deserve to be in the $1 billion club? Maybe. I don't think so. But then again, if you're just making a ride, an entertainment movie ride, feeding it to kids, and not even kids, just grown-ups, then I guess it's a great movie. It's great if you like to eat the slop of CGI and terrible stories and stories that really aren't that great. Then you love this movie. But if you want a little more substance, I would say don't. I would say if you wanted some more substance, I want to think about more. I really can't even think of a movie that's out right now that I don't know. I just watched Old all the way through for the first time. That was terrible. I see what people were saying about that one. That was bad. I just watched Bullet Train again with my family because I saw it, but no one else saw it. Not a good movie. Another dud for Brad Pitt, but he's so liked and he's so in the twilight of his career right now that it won't affect him. It'll affect the other people in that movie, like the guy who played. There's a guy from Atlanta, that black guy's in it. Great actor, I like him. I hope he gets more roles. But who I feel bad for is actually the guy who played he played a couple things, right? And I think he actually just landed a Marvel movie, maybe, but he played Kick-Ass. He played Kick-Ass years ago. And if anyone like me and my brother, I love that movie Kick-Ass. One of my favorite movies ever. So good. Kick-Ass is so good. That ending where Kick-Ass is saving the guy who, I forget his name in the movie, but he's basically a Batman copy, and they set him on fire. They tie him to a chair and set him on fire to lure out Kick-Ass. And that scene in the black and white where the girl goes to save him is great. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the movie Kick-Ass. It's funny, it's cool, it's a redemption story. The music is great. Everything about that movie is great. Love that movie. So good. The action is so good. He gets beat up and you believe it. Oh man, one of his best performances, and I think it might be the only movie he will ever star in again. That he will be the main star in. That'll be good in the end. Hopefully not. I love him as an actor, but the thing is, some of the actors you like the most are some of the most hated in Hollywood because he's disliked by people in Hollywood. When you look it up, they're like, yeah, he's not that great, he's not that mean. They say that he brings box office down. Another actor I just heard who brings box office down because of the movie Babylon was Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie, in general, her career has been up and down, right? She's been not starred in, but she's been in some great movies. But the problem is she kind of banked on being a good Harley Quinn when she's terrible. She's really bad as Harley Quinn. I don't know who casted her as that or what she wants to do with that in the future. I hope she's not really petitioning. I'm outside, by the way, if you hear birds. I hope she's not really petitioning to be that for James Gunn, because he might do it. I think, James Gunn he just likes attractive women, James Gunn. He doesn't really care what their acting abilities like. He just likes them. He kind of just goes and, that's why I was confused on him taking Gal Gadot out of the role, the role of Wonder Woman. Because I'm like, that's right up his alley. Just a attractive woman who's bad at acting, who he could just feed lines to and make her do what, say or do whatever. Wonder Woman, he could just look at a comic book and say, do it, and she won't care. That's kind of what he does with women actresses. But she's taken out, which I think is good. The whole thing about him starting a new universe, the DCU, not the DCEU anymore, is good. I like him going scorched earth and restarting everything. But what is not cool is that he's the Suicide Squad. He's not going to redo, because that's his Suicide Squad that he set up and he casted and he wrote and did all that. I think that movie could have used a better villain though. The starfish that, if you know DC, the starfish in that movie, the Suicide Squad movie, the second one. The starfish is like this famous bad guy from DC that is connected to Brainiac. Sometimes it's not connected to Brainiac, but overall it's like connected to Brainiac in a way. Like he might have made it. I don't know. I forget the exact origins of it. But it's great. The starfish stick on people's heads and make them kill themselves and make them do anything. The biggest thing is that it's stuck to Superman in an old episode of the Justice League, the animated series. It stuck to his chest and basically put him in a catatonic state, and they couldn't do anything. It incapacitated Superman, and basically after it did that, the bad guys were going to go in Superman's, lair and go steal everything, do whatever they wanted. So it's a famous bad guy. I think they didn't do it that well, though. That's my problem. I don't think they did it well. So, it is what it is. You might, hey, if you think they did it well, then you think so too. Yeah, the fate of those movies, the DC movies. Whoa, what is this thing flying? Oh, this is the problem of doing stuff outside. Bugs and shit like that. But yeah. What else was I gonna talk about actually about movies? Oh, yeah, okay. The Way of Water. Overall is a mid movie. It just is. But what I wanted to say was that now that I'm outside and kind of sitting outside, the air out here is so different and feels so much better than anything inside. You can't tell me being inside matches being outside. That's my mom laughing. Don't worry about that. But you can't, you can't imagine how how refreshing outside is compared to being inside. It's so different. A lot of people say that the ocean heals, but I think it's the ocean compared to, in combination with everything else. The whole environment of just being outside is so nice. That's why one day, and I am going to do this soon, but I'm in LA right now, right? I'm not in San Francisco, but one day I am going to go to Yosemite, and that's going to be really, really, really nice. One day. I don't know when, but soonish. One day I'll get to Yosemite. I will. I've been to multiple parks. I've been to the Muir Woods. John Muir is the woods. If you didn't know, John Muir is a guy who years ago set up a lot of land and basically, carved out a bunch of land in San Francisco and I think some other place to where, it's a protected land basically. Muir Woods. Great place. I don't know who did that for you. Oh no, who did that for Yosemite? That other president did it for Yosemite, I think. Roosevelt? Maybe. I'm not sure. I think it might have been Roosevelt who also helped. I know he for sure did some. I don't know if he did Yosemite, but I mean I think the healing powers of being out in nature are immense. Even just taking a walk outside. That's why I'm trying to get my folks over here while I'm here to go do a walk outside, but everyone says it hurts their back and people are lazy. It is what it is. But I like being out here talking. I don't get enough of that in San Francisco, even though I could. I plan on just bringing my laptop out and doing these more just out in the open. Because you could talk more, you could be a little louder. You can kind of do that. The problem with being out here right now is that there have been a lot of coyote sightings. So I'm kind of looking back and forth. And if you hear anything, then that's probably just me turning around like this and making sure the noises I hear aren't coyote noises or animals behind my back noises. So usually they come later a little bit, but it is dark now. Like very dark because of the clouds. So they could come. Yeah, they can. That's funny. That was so quiet. But inside, again, you don't get that type of quietness inside. That's why everyone needs to go. Everyone needs to take. There should be a mandatory 2-hour outside where everyone just has to stand. No matter what you're doing, you could be on the phone, on your laptop, whatever. You have to stand outside though. Yeah, really? If I had the power, I'd make everyone just drop everything they're doing, go outside and breathe for 2 hours and close their eyes. And if you close your eyes, you would get a ticket for $100. And I know what you're thinking, $100. Watch, a lot of people don't want to pay $100. They'd close their eyes for 2 hours. You would have a better world, trust me. And then on the weekends, I'd force everyone to look into each other's eyes. No, but you know what? Naturally, yeah, why not? Fuck it. But the outside thing is for sure something I would do. If I had that ultimate power, if I was the czar of America, I would just force everyone to, go outside for 2 hours. Oh, look at that bird. You don't hear birds like that anywhere else except just outside. The problem is animals, but the reason why I'm outside is just because you don't need everyone to listen to a podcast. What I'm talking about, you don't need anybody to listen. Say it's fine doing a podcast by yourself. It is what it is. Eventually, there will be someone else here who I have no fucking clue. It could be my dad. It could be my brother. Someone's gonna talk. My mom, even, who knows? Someone's gonna want to talk while I'm here because they know I do it, and I know someone. I think my mom's itching to do it, but I don't know what she would talk about. Who? I might get her on here. Who knows? I might get on here. Oh, the sound of the trees blowing is great. I should do more stuff outside. It feels so good, and I think in my rain. Everyone needs these healing powers. Oh, when I came back, I was gonna go to a holistic place and buy some, and this is gonna sound crazy, I know, but I was gonna buy some rocks. That's right. I'm going to go buy some healing rocks. Everyone on the other end, anyone listening to this is laughing their ass off about me buying healing rocks. But guess what? When I'm 70 years old and I'm in the best shape of my life, you're all gonna be like, where the fuck did he get those healing rocks from? That's what you're going to say. Where did he get those healing rocks from? Because that will be the key. It's going to be this little stuff you do. The taking the walks outside, the drinking the water even when you don't want to drink water. The doing this. The little stuff is what's going to make you live forever. That's what people don't get. It's the tiny stuff that you do that accumulates into your older life. That's what's going to make you live forever. Okay? Not the working out every day right now, even though I do work out every other day, but what's going to get you to live forever is the little things. People work out all the time. It's great, but what else are you doing? Are you mentally happy? Are you mentally there? Are you mentally in that place to where the working out and everything combines, and then you get that life that you want? That peaceful, nice life that you want. It's not all just about. Excuse me. It's not all just about working out and feeling good for your body. It's about your mind too. And not even just those two things. It's about so many things. It's about every one of your senses being, how do you say, it's about every one of your senses being activated and being ready to take on a new challenge. Because when you're ready to take on a new challenge, that's when you grow. And I feel like even people who work out, I think a lot, I'm talking religiously, they're doing that religiously, but yet they're not taking they're not going in doing hikings, doing they're not doing they're not like going out into nature, they're not going swimming all the time, they're not like feeling good in every other aspect, but they're concentrated on this one thing. And the same thing with people who are solely concentrated on meditation, but yet they don't work out really. They may do yoga, but they're not out there doing more, because just doing yoga, at least for a man, someone, a bigger person with more weight on them, with that's harder to lose weight or harder to even gain weight. They need more than just yoga to really, get super, super healthy. Now, if you do yoga, yeah, sure. But are you also eating right? There's so many, you have to get every aspect. You have to do all the things. And the major thing that people miss is outside, being out here, breathing fresh air, not being inside, not staring at your phone, not staring at your laptop. You have to be at this, And even me, I haven't even been staring. I haven't picked up my phone. I have no real topics to talk about. I have none. I'm staring outside, looking up at the clouds because it's about to rain. That's what I'm doing. That's what people used to do with their day, just stare up. People used to just stare at blank walls. Yet they're somehow okay. Your ancestors walked around with no shoes on for who knows how long. Yet they're okay. But today, you take away someone's phone, you take away someone's ability to go online. Let's say it's not their day. A lot of people say, well, online is their job. That's the problem. You're glued to it. You've made your job, and we've made our jobs this. You're glued to it. So it doesn't matter. It makes little difference that okay, let's say you do have a job online. It makes little difference no matter if you go outside or not, because there's so much you're doing online. You're doing so much inside. You're doing so much that it's like you almost have, and it's baffling because these people who work online and are constantly staring at a screen and typing, it's almost like you would think they would be the first ones to try and go outside an hour a day, but they don't. I'm hearing dog bark. Yeah, I'm hearing a dog bark. I just want to make sure that's not also a coyote. I don't know. I might have to go inside. How much longer? Oh yeah. Ooh, I'm not that far, and not really far enough to wrap it up. I would say wrap it up, but some coyotes. I wonder what they do. Do they just sit around like... Imagine you're in a pack, right? Imagine yourself as a wild animal. There's actually a movie I saw where a guy... Oh, there was a good movie. Let me drink some more tea. Hold on. Excuse me. There's a good movie I saw on HBO, I think. On HBO Max, of a movie where a guy thinks he's a wild animal and then goes to a therapist for it, and then meets a girl who also thinks she's a wild animal. It's a whole movie. It's kind of it's like an indie movie. It's one of those, but I really liked it, and I was like, wow, this is really interesting, really good. And I thinking, how many people out there truly think that they're animals? Like, how are there people out there who like truly think that they're an animal? And what is that like? Imagine being in a pack to where you're just every night looking for food. Us humans are lucky that we're not looking for food all the time. We are, but not ravaging and bloodthirsty all the time. We could eat a hamburger. These animals are straight looking for food all the time. That's their sole purpose. At least as a human, once you get some food, you could go, I don't know, make music or something, do something with your mind like that. Animals are just, that's their thing, to just mate and look for food. Really makes you think if that's not what we're meant to do, but obviously not, because look how far we've come with technology and stuff. What is destiny? Is it our destiny? Who's looking at the human race and maybe looking down on us if we don't all, this whole thing about society, who's really looking down on us if we don't follow society norms? Nobody really is looking down. There's no there's nothing, even if we follow societal norms for our entire lives, there's no real reward for it. I guess money and let me see. Their light came on. Alright, their light came on. The neighbor's light came on, and I'd worried that it's a coyote. So I am going to get up and check, and then hope that it's not. Wow, this is weird. That's why I wanted to do this earlier. Okay, I'm gonna get up and check it's not a coyote. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, I don't think it was. Even though now I'm outside, staring over the fence. Not over the fence, over the wall. Kind of just looking, making sure it's not one. And this is the problem. Imagine you're on the prowl, right? And you hear something or someone, and you're just like, is that food? Is it food? Is it not? Who knows? I don't know. I might go inside. Oh, this is sketchy. I don't know. We have so many coyotes over here. I just want to. I think I might go inside. I think it is some type of animal. Okay, hold on. I think I might go inside. Alright, back inside now. Not outside anymore. Unfortunately, thought I saw a coyote, unfortunately. Who knows if it was or not. It could have been. But now I'm inside, so it'll be a lot tamer. But it's okay. I don't think we were saying anything too crazy anyway. So if you hear noise, it's people on the other side of the wall watching a movie and laughing. So that's fine. The problem about being here in LA and not San Francisco is that it's completely a different vibe, you know. And when you're away, you kind of do remember that you're like, oh yeah, it's a completely different world, completely different vibe around here. To a point where you're like, oh, people don't even act the same way, which is the strangest part about everything. When you think about what people do and how they do it, it's a totally different environment out here, other than up there. Less inclined to, I'm trying to plug something in, less inclined to be, because it's a snotty place, snooty place up there, which is fine, but a lot of people don't like that, you know. A lot of people come from, let's say me, you know, coming from New York, you know, I don't know, the people up there are just different. Less direct, more, I would say less confrontational, but also so rich and stuck up. You could smell it. You could smell the stuck up on people. You can. No one likes it, but everyone does it. I think the only people there up in San Francisco who aren't people living there or grew up there aren't rich. I think that's the biggest difference. That how many rich people are in San Francisco, like very rich, versus everyone else who's either there working or they're there for school. It's completely, you know, it's completely for them. That's place, you know, they're still trying to survive, right? So down here, a lot of people in LA are trying to survive. Even though there are rich people, they're just more just trying to survive. While up there are more rich people and less just trying to survive. So there's this weird imbalance where you constantly feel you're like, wait, you guys are like this rich? You know what I mean? Like you guys do this on this type of stuff, and like this is how you act to people who are outside. It's not cool. Okay, so now that I'm actually on my computer and inside, we're gonna talk about some television news that I see. And basically anything. TV, top ranked movies of 2022. Alright, let's see this list. Number 1, Barbarian. Mid. Not that great. 2, what is this, Top Gun? Oh, okay, this guy says number 1, Top Gun, number 2, Northman, number 3, Batman, number 4, Banshees, number 5, Avatar 2. Avatar 2 is not on my list of great movies, like at all. It shouldn't be on anyone's, really. Yeah, no, Top Gun, I don't know. Fall, people love Barbarian, but that movie was Father Stew. These people are just naming every movie that came out. Smile can't be in anyone's top movies. That movie was terrible. All Quiet on the Western Front, Banshees, the Banshees of Inisherin. I didn't see that. Living, Bullet Train, Uncharted, Bullet Train, Uncharted, and Avatar 2 are all on this guy's list of best movies. That's terrible. Best movies of the year? There are better movies that came out. Wow, that's crazy. Bullet Train, Uncharted, and Avatar 2. That's, if your list involves any of that, I don't want to talk to you. That's bad. That is no bueno. That is no good. Avatar 2. That's amazing to me. These people are talking about who should be the best. Who should be Wonder Woman. This guy says, who's this woman? Let me image search her because I forgot her name. You know, she's very famous. Hold on. She's a this guy says that he wants Angela White, to be Wonder Woman, which no, you can't. And that's also, he goes, this is the most appropriate body for Wonder Woman. No, it's not. First of all, those Amazonians are like 6'4", 6'5". No, she's like, how tall is she? She's 5 something. Come on now, don't even. Let's not pretend. Let's have a real casting, huh? Needs to be break even. Avatar. What else? What else are these people talking about? No one talks about good stuff anymore. Ice Poseidon being back. No one likes him. I think it's rare to see a streamer like Ice Poseidon come back. That's the thing about Twitch, is that it's meant for short term and a lot of money. That's what Twitch is. To be a long term streamer has to be wearing on people. You just get worse and worse as time goes by. That's why people stop streaming on Twitch. It's kind of like this false thing they have in their head where it's like, well, if I go to another streaming server, then maybe I'll restart, and new people, when it's not true. You get worse and worse as you go, especially if you're popular. Popularity just makes you get worse and worse. And there's no streamer who stays popular for that long. Even PewDiePie stopped and went to Japan. He stopped streaming. I think regularly, at least. Yeah, it just gets worse and worse and worse. It's because of how much money they get paid and how popular they are that people are like, get irritated with them. Yeah, everybody. It's everybody. It starts with everybody. What's wrong? What? No, Mom, you could tell me. I could pause it. Just tell me. Hello? Mom, just tell me. I could pause it. Okay, well, she won't tell me. She thinks she interrupted, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. I'll be back. What else? Fast and Furious. New Fast and Furious movie. No. I'm just going to say no to the whole thing. To the whole franchise. Just no. No more Fast and Furious. It's over. It's good. They went to the moon. They jumped the shark. All that. Whatever the saying is. No more of that. Glass Onion. Nah. Bad movie. All these movies are overhyped and bad. Okay, Glass Onion might be pretty good. Glass Onion might be pretty good. That's like the one of these movies I didn't see the first one. Everyone loved it, so I'm just gonna keep it as cool. I wish there were more movies about. Let me think of a topic that there are not a lot of movies about. Dragons. When was the last time you saw a movie about a dragon that had a dragon in it? Not the TV show either. Because no one wants to watch a full TV show just to get dragons. So dragons just don't come up in movies anymore. Cowboy Bebop. Oh yeah, people were sad that this ended. Yeah, people were sad that the Cowboy Bebop ended, but you know, it was bad. I don't know what to tell you. This guy says they blamed it too much on incels. They blamed this one on incels too, he said. The cancellation of Cowboy Bebop. I don't know, maybe. Who knows? How would they be at fault though? I don't think they'd be at fault. How many of them were actually watching the show? Not many. I know that for a fact. Not many. They didn't care. Incels don't watch shows like that. I think they watch exclusively anime. You know, they're not going to watch the live version of Cowboy Bebop. They know it's bad. And yeah, all the actors, they're sad. It's okay though. I really doubt anyone cares about Cowboy Bebop, which was funny because of the outrage that came after it was canceled. It's pretty amazing because I didn't think anyone cared, but apparently a bunch of people do. What is going on in music? Let's see music. Music news. K-pop. No one cares about K-pop. A lot of people do, but I don't. Oh, they photoshopped. Let's see. They photoshopped Charlie XCX as with a turban on her head. So that's interesting. I don't know why they did that, but okay. What is this about? Oh, pop. So they're talking about pop music, and that's what someone did. Oh, it's like a play because she took a picture with a towel on her head. So, oh, they don't like her. All right, that's fine. Yeah, well, see, pop, they love Taylor Swift. They love all these people, but nah. None of them deliver. Do they really? Who delivers in pop music, really? That is new and fresh. For a while, Dua Lipa, they thought, deliver. And sure, she had a few songs, but no one consistently delivers good, well-rounded pop music like that. Not really. I mean, there's a couple people that go to certain audiences, but there are very few people that can make pop music for everybody, you know? And I know everyone doesn't like the same thing, but there are songs that are like universally loved. So let's not act like it's impossible. People always say, well, the music is so fractured, everyone has their own thing. It is possible to make a song that a lot of people like. So it's not that crazy to assume someone could do it. Most people can't though. Cowboy Bebop, where's my music? Okay, more music news. Oh, this guy, man. This guy, this music guy, what's his name? Machine Gun Kelly, that's right. Who did he date before? He's dating now. He's dating Fox, but before he dated someone interesting too. Whoever it was, they didn't get him to be better. He's gone. He's gone. Machine Gun Kelly's gone. I don't know who listens to him. It's pretty incredible if people do, but he's gone. I hope everyone treats him as he is gone, but I doubt it. I doubt his inner circle treats him like anything but he's just the man. You know what I mean? They love him. They really do. And these fans, I just saw a video of him actually in some other country, just like everyone's singing every new song, every crappy like new metal song he's doing, like kind of like moody stuff / rap. It's so bad. It's so bad. But people love it. And that's the craziest part. And that's why if you ever think you got an idea and it's terrible for music, you just do it. Because if he could do that, if people actually like Machine Gun Kelly's new music, if they actually like him, that's really amazing. That you could go that far left of not only your original audience, right? Because he had a good original audience. He was a rapper that was like coming up and people liked. the fact that he could go so far left, so far into a different music space, and be so bad, and make not good music even in that genre, but still sell out shows and still get love. I mean, anything's possible. That's why Kanye's still doing shows, because people don't care. They love him. They really don't care what you do. They really don't care. I don't know. I want to say they don't care what the music sounds like, but I really hope that's not true as just someone who likes music. I hope people care about the music sounding good, but when you see that, when you see a whole stadium somewhere, I don't know what country he was in, it's a whole stadium almost, love Machine Gun Kelly's new album, you're like, wow, it really makes you question what you could do, how far a music artist can go. I think it also has something to do with him being already established. Since he's already established as a music artist, I think it is a little like if Machine Gun Kelly, if he started off with his newest album, like this was like his introduction, no one would like him. I think his history and the fact that he has, a little bit at least, proven that he can be a rapper and that he can make the occasional good song. I think that's what's really, because if this was his first music album, right, his last album, it would be a terrible showing from any new artist. It's not good. So it's really baffling that people are like, yeah, and I really love it. It's okay, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that video was crazy. Metro Boomin, he has the new stuff out. I'm just looking at pictures of news now. I miss the days of early Lex Luger, booming beats, and mixtapes. Every day I wish I was a rapper or producer during that era. Alright. I mean, hey, sure. And this guy says, why? They're all post-fame drug addicts or working retail jobs now. No, I don't think so. Most of them are sellouts. Most like artists you like don't hear about, they're not working retail. They're just sellouts. They just sold out to like some company, or they sold their publishing, or they sold, they're just really sellouts. So like if you look at an artist, you're like, what are they doing now? I bet they're not, but they are selling out. That a lot of these artists you don't hear about anymore, or you look at and you're like, wow, you're so different now. It's because they've sold out. That's why. They're not working retail jobs. They get a bunch of money from the label. They invest it. They get a house. And then they stop working for the rest of their lives. They stop making good music, basically. But they sell out. So most of them, a lot of people are like, oh, well, I bet they're working. They're not. They're not working retail jobs. They're just sold out, You know who I feel for and who I don't know what his next move is going to be music-wise is Takeoff. I don't know what he... was he the one that passed away? Quavo? No. Takeoff. Yeah, I think Takeoff. Takeoff died, right? Am I crazy? Yeah, Takeoff died. Yeah, but yeah, Takeoff died. And Quavo's still alive. I don't know what his next move is gonna be though. I wonder because he's not. He's not with, obviously, rest in peace, Takeoff. He's not with him anymore. He's not with Offset anymore. He's not with this other guy anymore. So I don't know what he's gonna do. He's alone completely, unless Offset feels bad for him and does more music, because he's far removed from them now. Maybe not far, but removed enough to where he has his own personality, his own music, his own everything. He doesn't really, he made that choice a long time ago that he doesn't need him. And he was right. He's doing well on his own. He's only gotten more popular. His popularity is not gone away. Offset, not gone away. New music, he's still with Cardi B. He's still with them. So, yeah, no, his popularity is not going away. Him and 21 Savage should do more music together. If they ever have done music together, I don't know if they have. Have they? Yeah, they must have. Maybe I'm just forgetting. Yeah, wait. Studio album by Without Warning? He was on there? Oh, yes, he was. Yeah. Forgot about that. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, his Ric Flair drip was on there. Yeah, all that. I remember. Without the actual Ric Flair, which is funny because I haven't seen it. When he did this video, I hadn't even thought about him in years. And man, he looked, I don't know. Ric Flair is one of those people that, like, you see these stars and people like him get older and they get like super Republican. There are a couple singers that have gone that route. So to see him in that music video, I was like, oh, maybe he's not one of those people. But most of that, like Vince McMahon, Vince McMahon's views on society are really, like his political views are, I don't know, I would say the opposite of most people who watch wrestling, maybe, I don't know. It depends on where you are watching wrestling in the world. It might align with you perfectly, but some people, like myself, it's probably not aligned with you at all. So it's interesting. He also has a wild video of him saying the N-word somewhere years ago when he was talking to another wrestler in this video, and he says, "What up?" And then he says it, and everyone's like, "Whoa!" But it's taken as a joke. You look at it now and you're like, "Whoa!" I don't even know if in the moment they knew he was gonna say that. Who knows? But I think, I think Vince McMahon, the whole wrestling, their wrestlers are so. They could be so far. Wrestlers are either completely insane people in a bad way or completely insane people in a good way. They're either completely insane as in they're like the people that are obsessed with, like I said earlier, like the rocks, the alien rocks and all that. They're either all obsessed with that or they're obsessed with the opposite. They're obsessed with the far right and doing all that and doing this and that. Bonnie Rotten, another person, like we were talking about earlier, Angela White. Bonnie, she went from doing her thing, if you know what she used to do, to being like just a hype man for everyone on the right. Even people, you're like, wait, you're in this, even her, who else? Who else? Oh man, I forgot. However, there are a couple. Brandy Love, as another one that went far right, and you're like, do you know that there is video evidence of you doing everything the far right does not like? They have it on video. They have it. They have the proof. But for some reason, I can only say that it's money. Because these two people, they started off doing their thing online, and being who they are, doing the job they want. I don't want to get what's it called? I want YouTube to censor me because they did on my other podcast, which is crazy. Because I guess it came up, but who knows how YouTube finds out. I guess they just really listen. But they don't like the words. They don't like the words, but you get what I'm saying. So they do the complete opposite of what you would want, of what the right wants. But I guess they go into it only for money. I can only think that they turned that conservative because of the money they're making. If they were still like trying to make it just in life, just trying to make money, they would be on the left. So I think they get there with money. I think at a certain point, when you make that much money, it's actually hard to not be on the right because of how much they hate taxes, how much they hate giving to the poor. They hate helping with issues that are, out of their world, for people that just need help. That's so far from them because they're making so much money that they don't care and that they don't pay for programs to help, people who in need. They don't pay for that. That's so far removed from them. And I can only think that people like her are there because they've made it to that tax bracket. They've made it to the point where I guess they can sit back and not worry. I have to plug in my laptop. Sit back and not worry about that stuff, and that's why they are Republican now, even though they never were. And they're like, again, their jobs used to be something everyone on that side would hate, but I guess they don't care. I guess no one bats an eye now. And that's what I'm saying. I think it is just money. once you get to that point, eyes turn, everyone looks away, really because of money. I think. I'm not actually sure about that. There's probably other stuff. I think it really is just the money aspect and how not to pay taxes and how to get those tax breaks and this and that. And realizing that voting that way is really going to save you money if you're in that tax bracket. Now, if you're lower, none of those actually help. It's like a hard line between when, there's a hard line between when that stuff actually helps you, when being on the, when being conservative and voting conservative and treating your money conservative, that when that helps and when that doesn't matter, there is a hard line to where you're in that upper tax bracket and it helps, or if you're just a bit lower, it doesn't, If you don't have companies, if you're not invested in things like that, if you don't have money in and out of things like that, voting and being conservative really isn't helping you. It's kind of just serving more to the rich. And the problem is, most of us won't ever be that rich. So we're all kind of voting, those people are kind of voting and wanting to be that rich, yet they aren't themselves yet. So they're just helping, until, it's like, it's that thing they say, like, most Americans say that, what's the quote? It's the quote you hear on, most Americans are billionaires in the making, just billionaires. They're just not yet rich. That's what everyone is. It's just, well, I will be rich someday, so let me vote like this to help myself for later, even though in that moment, you need other help, except you're voting to, in your mind, help you in the future, which, it's a complicated thing, but most people need to vote for themselves in the moment when everyone is looking toward the future and saying, well, one day I will be rich and this will help me then. When in reality, they never will be and they need help in the moment. That was a lot. That was perfect. Tell me that was not a perfect description of that. Come on. Nardwuar. They're talking about Nardwuar. What do they say about him? I like him. What are they saying about him? Do they like him? Do they not? I guess so. Welcome to Vancouver, British Columbia. Oh, they're making fun of his. The way he's talking. I was also confused. I didn't even know he was Canadian. I thought he was American. I can't hear his accent or anything. Yeah, he does go deep. I'm pretty sure he just calls up. He finds a way to call rappers mothers and their families, and then just asks them what they were like as a kid, what music they listened to, because a lot of this stuff truly he couldn't find out unless people told them. You can't just find out some of the things, like the interview with him and Tyler, the Creator. I mean, he said stuff that no one would know. He has to, and everyone in the comments, knows too. He has to be, just I guess look up someone's family or find someone's mom's number or dad's number. That's the only way you can figure out these rappers' past like that, and it's so particular and so in depth. And to get a CD that he liked in the 5th grade, or he'll say some stories like, and then people say he's the feds, when in reality he just called your mom and asked what music you like growing up. They're like, what is it? What's his favorite song? What do you used to act like? And then his mom said, well, he used to do this. He was like, well, do you have that guy's number? You used to do this with him? And that's how it is. It's not like some complicated thing. Or either that, or he secretly calls their manager, and their manager gives them the information that they want. You know what I mean? Like under hey, don't tell anybody this or that. Don't tell anyone their number. But their manager, artist managers probably give Nardwuar, a contact, maybe even just an email back and forth of someone in these rappers' lives. That's how it is. He doesn't just people are thinking like, how does he get this? People are like racking their brain. How did you get? It's like, he just contacted a dude you knew, Like, a lot of these rappers like, oh my God, that was in middle school. It's like, well, these people are still alive. And he probably just hit him up and was like, hey. Or I heard someone say he probably, probably just hit him up on Instagram, because a lot of these rappers follow their own family on Instagram and Twitter. So it's like, oh, who's this person? Oh, this person is their cousin. Why don't you just DM them? So, with technology, it just gets easier and easier. And the fact that, there are people out there figuring out where people live from the stars and the sky and the way the wind is blowing, the way the clouds are in that moment in the video. So to act like it's hard for him to get information, or for anyone to get anyone's information from anywhere, is crazy. It's like, well, how does he do it? It's like, what do you mean, how does he do it? There are people locating other people from just the video they took of the sky. Just take a video, live stream of the sky, and say, find me. Someone will find you. That's it. Just purely looking at the sky, because that's how well technology has gone, to where you could pinpoint exactly where someone is. So I don't know, for having that information and then being like, oh, but how did he do it? It's like, dude, there's so many ways you could do it. And let me end with this, because now this is like the first post I've seen about Avatar maybe not being the most politically correct. It's oh no, this isn't about that. It's about the picture, I thought, because solely figured. This is about it's the fourth highest grossing film in history. So that's cool, I guess. Lucky James Cameron. I wanted it to fail so we wouldn't get any more, because he wants 5, and I doubt Disney's making 5 of these. Disney's making 3, and then he's going back to the writing board, because I heard that the bad guy is going to be the bad guy for the next movie. We can't keep seeing this guy as a bad guy. We can't. It's too much. Let's move on to a different bad guy. But he will be the bad guy for the 3rd movie. So, all right, that will be the end of that. What is it, 101? Ooh, I'm good with the time. I wasn't even looking. All right. Thanks for listening.